Mhm.
Good evening, partner.
Good evening, Coach. Nice to see you again and nice to be
Oh,
on camera.
nga, ano bang misteryo ng mahiwagang disappearance mo last week? Marami
Nag-under
nagtatanong eh.
nag-under construction ang mukha ko.
Nagpa-under renovation mo. Ang ganda, ganda ng
Nagpa-renovate lang.
kinalabasan ah. Alas Gador eh. No?
Ayun.
Of course, always beautiful naman yan si Cher. Kaya nandito yan sa Coach and Cher.
Kasi last week kung nasa camera ako, baka isipin ba natin, Coach and Cher ba to o Betty LaVea?
Grabe ka naman, di naman siguro.
Medyo gumanon siya eh. Oo, ayun.
Siyempre, part ng ating commitment to of course, make the show to more entertaining and more pleasing to the eyes, di ba?
Yes.
Meron kami mga beauty regimen. Ako rin meron, kala nyo lang wala.
O, di ba?
Hindi lang halata.
May mga special lighting, ganyan.
Mahirap ngayon dahil wala na naman po, kaya medyo mahaba na naman po ang aking buhok, no? Na wala na namang mga of course, parlor at barber shops, no? Maray na naman bawal. But again, no, medyo gumaan naman. Looking at it positively, it's now MECQ, no? Modified, Enhanced, Community Quarantine. No?
Modified. Akala ko, nalilito ako doon eh. Akala ko medyo or mas.
We'll take it, no? We'll take it. Although wala pang dine-in talaga. No? Aside from the alfresco that's allowed, but we'll take it. Ganun talaga. No? We have to just, like last year, lang tayo. But this year, we're better kasi alam na natin eh. Medyo mas kabisado na natin yung hindi na tayo nangangapa. Because I remember the same period last year was one of the, yung talagang nagulat lahat. So ngayon, at least alam na natin. But of course, hindi natin pwedeng i-downplay yung naging epekto ngayon ng ECQ. What necessitated the ECQ actually, no? At mahaba, no? Mula Holy Week yan eh. Nag-NCR bubble muna, NCR plus bubble ang tawag, and then it became an ECQ. And of course, ang daming naganap, no? And ang dami pong mga, sabi nga nila, no, ang Facebook has become, you just pray that when you open Facebook that day, you don't see anybody na, di ba, pumanaw or nagkasakit. So, just keep on praying, of course, no? Hindi tayo pwedeng huminto. At lahat po tayo na medyo malalakas ay lalaban tayo.
Yes.
Sige, top 3 takeaway tayo from last week.
Ayun, from last week. Dahil sa last week, naghanap tuloy akong pizza dahil kay Luigi. So, you first is seize the opportunity to bring home souvenirs that can grow from your travels and or during your stint overseas.
Yan, nagustuhan ko yan kasi yan yung istorya din ng maraming iba pang nagsimula ng mga restaurants. So, na-inspire sila nung kanilang travels and yung mga nakita nila sa ibang kultura, sa ibang bansa. No? Gaya rin ng kwento ng mga nagbabarko, no? Yung mga nagbabarko, yung mga tribo ni Zark, no? Yung mga nagbabarko, di ba? Sa kanya, yung story niya, every time he goes down the ship, imbis na maglakwatsa siya, ang hinahanap niya yung mga mom and pop stores na mag-inspire sa kanya. So talagang yung vision nandun na. Ganun din si Luigi, no? Nasa Japan pa lang, nanununog na ng apartment, no?
Correct.
So, ang ganda rin ng advice. It's also good na you're surrounded by people who not only support your passion, but also, participate in that creative process.
Yeah.
Kaya nandun, naalala ko yung kwento niya na in-encourage siya ng girlfriend niya at saka ng pamilya niya na nandiyan ka na rin lang, wala kang ganong ginagawa, start working on it. Para pagdating dito, game na, di ba?
Oo. Actually, magandang seg yan. Kasi yung second point is, focus, create, sell what you love, and start while you're overseas, not only when you're back in the Philippines.
Yes, parang dumugtong dun sa OFP, no? Mga ka-OFP natin. Jan, magandang gabi sa iyo. Si Jan, ang aga. Sir, magandang gabi po. Si Michael P, nandito rin po. Magandang gabi. Mga bago nating kaibigan mula po sa Overseas Filipino Entrepreneurs. Napakasarap pakinggan nun, no? Overseas Filipino Entrepreneurs. No? Magandang gabi po sa inyo. Sa ating kababayan, mga OFWs na magiging OFPs. Kakapapanood ng mga palabas ng OFP at of course nandito rin po ang the rest of coach. As you were saying, no? Yung vision, no? Siguro dadagdag ko ron bago yung focus yung vision. Kasi pag malinaw yung vision mo, talagang doon ang gagaling yung focus eh. Yung hindi ka madi-distract, no? And then you become creative. Kasi when you have that vision and the focus, you get inspired to do, what you love. Now imagine working on something that you love, di ba? para kang nanliligaw ng crush na crush mo. Ganon din yun. Yung feeling, no, it's from the heart. No, it makes your head creative and your hands hardworking and diligent. No? And I think that's what happened in both stories. No? Parati kong kinukumpara kasi nakita ko yung similarities and I'm very excited about hindi lang para kay Luigi, no? Kundi para sa buong pamilya niya. It's nandun lahat sila nanonood ng episode and pati mga kaibigan ng dad niya, no, mga kasama namin, no? And everyone's so excited for him. Customers, yung iba doon, customers pala, no? I found out that, we're with him from the start and, I can just imagine kung makakapag-expand na yung Luigi's, no? And kung ano may tutulungan natin siya.
Yeah, and then yung point 3, nakadugtong din dun sa what you were saying na to take the leap of faith with your tribe to get strength and support from people you trust and share values with. I think Luigi is very, very blessed with that group.
Yes, totoo yun, no? Yung like-minded people, like-valued people, no? Actually, when I had that opportunity to the last Global Restaurant Leadership Conference that we attended, and nandun yung isa sa mga may-ari ng Jollibee, si Sir Ato, no? And yun yung binanggit niya ron during his time on the stage, no? Nakaka-proud nung unang-una kasi Pilipino, hina-highlight, no? And yun yung sinabi niya, the secret is to find like-valued people. So again, yung sinasabi mo, di ba? Find your tribe. Kasi hindi naman, that makes everything smoother, more fun. Ako, I can attest to that. Pag nakahanap ka ng mga taong pareho mo ng values, pareho ng kultura, then yung work is not really work at all. Parang you're just developing all the time, no? And creating concepts, creating signature dishes, no? Creating food and experiences for the customers, but at the same time you're developing people, you're developing yourself, and developing the community around you. No? Parang siya, ang lakas ng energy na iniimit niya palabas, no? Which is very important during these times, no, ng pandemya.
Yes.
So yan, ang top 3 takeaway po natin at ngayong gabi, no, bago po tayo tumuloy, no, at gusto ko i-welcome muna natin yung bisita natin para kasama na siya dun sa mga susunod na kwentuhan natin, no. Of course, nakikita na yung mukha niya dyan sa screen, pero mas maganda to sa moving, yung live action. No? Of course, a good friend of ours, no, si Miss Monica Dizon-Salcedo, Digital Marketing and E-Commerce Head of Goldilocks. Magandang gabi sa iyo, Mon.
Good evening, Monica.
Ayan, gumalaw na.
Ayan.
Gumalaw na siya. He's alive. Ayan, gumalaw na siya. So dahil nandito si Monica, para makapag-relax muna siya, ang pasalubong ko sa kanya ay ang binili ng aking mga kasama sa Buffalo Wings and Things. No? Sabi niya, sir, Coach, pwede po ba i-promote ng konti? Ba kayo pa, mga taga-Buffalo's pa, of course. So pwede po. Yan po yung mga bagong item ng Buffalo Wings and Things, no? Exclusively for delivery. No, sa delivery lang po nabibili yan. Para naman yung mga nag-work from home, di ba? There's something na for them only. Yan po. Ang sarap niyan. I'm telling you, no, yung dip, no, sarap siya. Okay? And kasama niyang nilaunch yung garlic chicken pasta. No? Maraming umami yan, chef. Puno-puno ng umami.
Oo nga.
Ano naman ang mga chef ng Buffalo Wings?
I know.
Wala ka naman dito, sorry.
Kaya nga, paano ko magpapadeliver?
Teka rin, Monica, si Monica pwedeng magpa-deliver yan.
Oh.
And then you put them all together, of course, in our signature, yung Grand Slam bundles. Alam ni share yan.
Favorite.
Yung Grand Slam, no?
Yes.
1199, ayan, no? Garlic chicken pasta, and the new barbecue queso nachos. And then, of course, yung boneless chicken and wings. At syempre pa, sa ganda ng loob nating mga kaibigan mula sa Coca-Cola. Makakatuwang natin yan sa negosyo. Maraming salamat po sa mga taga Coca-Cola. Mon, pagbigyan mo muna ako ng 5 minutes, meron na ako itatakel bago ka, para makapag-relax ka pa lalo dyan.
Sure.
Yung mga nakaraang panahon, allow me please give me this time lang to express my stand on all of these things being discussed about the vaccine, no? And I'm blessed because my partner actually is does the marketing for one of the pharmaceutical companies, so they're also promoting the use of the vaccines, no? And sa akin lang po, simple lang yung mensahe. Kung ano po yung nakasulat dyan, yung po yung mensahe ko. Bago po tayo mag-debate, mag-diskusyon, na tayong mga, for lack of a better term, naghihintay lang ng mga bakunahan, isipin po natin yung mga taong nag-volunteer. No? Nag-volunteer po sila para sa clinical trials, no? Walang kasiguruhan kung ano mangyayari sa kanila. Hindi po ito kagaya ng trials sa mga cancer or yung mga may terminal sickness na of course parang ang sitwasyon mo, you don't lose anything or you're in a position not to lose anything anymore because you're sick. But ito po, yung mga nag-volunteer dito are healthy people, no? Healthy people who will be subjected to the virus, no? So, I think, I came to a point lang siya, no? Siyempre, alam mo, pag ng kultura natin, mamaya pag-usapan yung pneumonia, I'm sure, no? Yung pagiging bahagi ng mga group chats, no? Ng mga Viber groups, no? And sometimes, and ako po, meaning ko, hindi po ako mababa po ang tolerance ko ngayon sa mga anti-vaxxers, no? Kasi po, it is a global pandemic that we are facing right now and everyone needs to participate in the solution. Hindi po tayo pwedeng ngayon, if you're not part of the solution, tumabi ka. Hindi po ngayon yon kasi parang remind ko lang po kayo, ang kalintulad po ng nangyayari ngayon sa atin, no, ay ang 1918 pandemic, no, Spanish flu, no, kagaya rin po ito ng Great Recession, kagaya rin po ito, no, although it's not as morbid as wars, no, pero kalintulad po ito ng epekto noon. No, ito po ay isang pandemya, kaya nga po dineklarang pandemya. And sa panahon po ngayon, kung hindi po tayo magpapabakuna, okay lang po, pero wag po tayong mangumbinsi ng ibang tao na hindi magpabakuna. Sapagkat ang alam ko po sa huling tingin po natin, ang solusyon lang po sa ngayon ay herd immunity, no? At kami po, no, hindi po namin sinasabi pero na marami po kaming ginagawa, pero imagine niyo po kung sasabihin niyo yan sa mga doktor, mga nurses na maghapon magdamag pong humaharap sa mga pasyenteng may COVID at sasabihin nyo sa kanila na hindi ka magpapabakuna at nangungumbinsi ka ng mga tao na hindi magpabakuna. No? Baka po magalit ang mga doktor at mga frontliners sa inyo. No? Kami rin po, we're doing our own bit. No? Kami po ay isa sa mga essential services na pinapayagang magbukas kahit naka-ECQ po which is the most strict lockdown, no, na supposedly na pinapapayagan po kami. No? So ibig sabihin po noon ang mga taga-supermarket, taga-BPO, taga-pabrika, no, 50% sa kanila, taga-butika, no, mga taga-restaurants po, kami po yung mga nakapagbibigay ng employment sa ngayon sa ating mga kababayan. No, mga taga-public transport system, mga riders ng Grab, etc., the Food Panda. So sana po, no, ma-consider nyo rin po yung kalagayan ng mga secondary frontliners na lang natin tawagin. Kasi po, hindi naman kami kasing halaga ng mga doktor at mga nurses, pero, at hindi po ako, no, yung mga empleyado po sa tindahan na nagbabike, naglalakad para makapasok, no, at may inuwi ang pamilya. So mag-ingat lang po tayo. Sabi ko nga po, qualify natin yung ating ipinopost. There's no such term para sa akin, ano, and kayo mga expert kayo sa marketing, but I'd like to ask for your help not to promote the term fake news, because there's no such term as fake news. When you say it's news, it's validated, it's true, it's verified. So it's fake information. Please do not spread fake information at wag po magdodoktor-doktoran yung mga hindi doktor. Wag po tayo magpo-promote ng self-prescriptions at baka po mamatay yung mga taong iinom ng gamot na pinopromote natin na hindi naman po natin magagarantiyahan. And pangatlo po, lastly, no, let's qualify if it's opinion po natin, no, or facts, no. Yun lang po. Again, no, I posted this with all humility, just thanking the people who volunteered, all the people who invested in the research for the vaccine, no, and maybe share later on can add on to this, no. I think now's the time, share, if you can maybe from the perspective of somebody who's in the industry.
Yes, from the industry, yun nga kahit kami, whenever we cite any source, it only has to be CDC or WHO. Because everywhere else, dahil bagong-bago ang pandemyang to at saka virus na to, you only go to the right sources and you will never get lost. Kasi I think masyado tayong na-spoil dun sa part na there's so much information na yung convenience ng it's as easy as click share, click like. But what we don't know is that we have the power to educate other people with our whatever we share, and we have to be responsible in that way.
Okay. And so I end this by saying I have been praying hard for a vaccine since last year, and I would like to, express my heartfelt gratitude sa lahat ng mga who made the vaccines available to all people now, no, who made it happen. I would not have the privilege of getting vaccinated without your courage to take on the risk and your commitment to help others. God bless you. I had my first shot last week, no, and May 6, babalik ako upang mabakunahan muli. Okay?
Nice.
So that's that. And of course,
Yes.
pag-usapan natin yung ating topic for the night. No?
Yes,
Digital
exciting.
marketing.
Oo, exciting. Ang pag-kickstart. Kasi I have a feeling a lot of restaurant negosyantes, either ano siya polarizing siya either ito ang sagot sa lahat ng mga problema or natatakot akong pumasok pero unti-untiin ko. So, nandito tayo to kickstart that journey.
At who better to kickstart? Who better to kickstart than the queen herself?
Yes!
Binagsagan na tong Queen ni Bianca, no? Natatawa ako. So now let's put the spotlight on Monica. And Mon, please tell us about you and of course you and your experience in digital marketing and e-commerce. Yan.
Hi. Actually, pinakamahirap talagang tanong yung tell us more about yourself.
Yeah.
Diba? Well, ako kasi I pursued sales and advertising right after I graduated. Though I finished a computer science course, no. And then I think year 2012 when digital marketing was booming. I think 2012, diba? I had the opportunity to shift career. So I joined a small agency, a startup agency, and then that's where I learned. And then after that, then I joined some companies, and then yun. So until now, I'm still keeping on. I keep on learning. Yun.
Yeah, and kami ni Mon nagkasama kami sa sa mga ibang companies ko na restaurant companies din. No, kami nagkakilala.
Oo. Yung sa kwento mo, Mon, parang one of the few ka dun sa yung hinihingi lagi ng clients na may in-between na who understood the traditional media pero naitawid mo siya to digital because you saw the merits of both. Correct?
Yeah, I think big big contributor din yung I think the course that I finished. Kasi diba when digital marketing was booming, it's all about Google Ads, Facebook Ads, how it works, the algorithm, yun. Plus my greatest mentor is my husband. Siya talaga yung e-commerce guru.
Okay.
So, it's a match.
Yeah.
Galing. So, ito, gugulatin ko yung partner ko, no? Can I ask you the same question, no? Kasi, alam mo, ina-assume ko na kilala ka ng mga tao, but we always talk about restaurants and me, no? But tonight, it's your, it's your time to maybe share with our people, no? With our viewers and our tribe here in the Resto Coach and Coach and Share about you and your experience in digital marketing and e-commerce.
It's funny, no? Coming from a marketing person, as Monica said, we can sell anything under the sun except ourselves for when we are asked, tell us something about yourself. So I'm like, okay, go. Diba?
Kapag job interviews, mahirap yung tanong na yan.
Correct, diba? Parang ganon. Pero in terms of, so if you're gonna talk about marketing per se, so, marireveal ko yung age ko when I say I've done marketing for the past 20 years. So, di ba? So, gawin mo na yung math. So, yung sa 20 years na yon, around, oh my God, mabilis, na rin, mga 8 years na rin ang digital marketing. So, kasi kaya ako, dinidelineate yan, kasi whenever people ask, they always look for somebody who has experience in digital marketing than more than 10 years. And I'm like, mahirap pong maghanap ng ganon.
Totoo.
Oo. So, I started off before through and through ng marketing time ko is pharma. So, and then in between, ang pinakamabilis kasing learning curve if you want to learn a lot of industries at one go, advertising. So, advertising, nag-electronics din ako ng marketing for Samsung and then advertising. And then in between that, puro mga pharma na. Ayun. So, imagine mo, pahirapan lalo sa atin. Actually, sa Philippines, sa pinakamahirap in terms of how to digitally promote medicines.
Correct.
Diba? So, parang ang challenging niya. So, umalis ako sa medicine. So, pupunta ako sa advertising para mas may magawa ako. Ayun.
Kaya nga ako ngayon very interested ako to understand how you will promote vaccines and vaccination, no. So mamaya I think we should devote an episode, no, for that. So balikan natin si Mon.
Yes.
So syempre kaya ako naririto bilang ako ngayon student ako ngayong gabi, no. I'd like to find out as a restaurant owner, no, and somebody who interacts with my own marketing head in our office and also here in, we have a marketing aspect of this passion project also. Ano ba yung mga top trends ngayon, no? Lalo ngayon, no, na when you say ngayon, parang ano yan 2020, 2021 talagang nag-accelerate lahat. So what are the top trends?
Well, for digital marketing, we're seeing that content marketing is still a thing, and mostly the influencers and the content creators are dominating that space. Only because they're able to provide both information and engagement, and on top of it, entertaining pa, diba? So even from the smallest brand up to the big brands, they often collaborate with influencers and content creators kasi I feel that with them kasi it's more authentic versus hard selling. And then when they do content kasi parang they're showing it's part of their life, they're part of lifestyle or part of their day-to-day, instead of bluntly saying buy this, buy that, di ba? So may kwento. So ganun siya. That's how I see yung power ng content with these collaborators, influencers and content creators. Yeah. And it's amazing how they are also able to generate millions of views. Diba? Even very simple lang ng content nila, just in their phones, their cameras, na hindi naman talaga big production. Pero you see how they're able to capture a certain audience na 100,000 bigla ang subscribers overnight. Diba? May ganon. So yun.
Yeah, speaking of amazing, no, alam mo ko, pinakamatanda ko dito sa grupo natin. What amazes me is actually how you can measure it now.
Yes.
Kasi di ba nung araw, you will have to take a guess how many people are watching the PBA, how many people are watching the news, how many people are watching this, watching that. And even ako, na-amaze ako dati pag sinasabing according to survey number 1, parang merong pinch of parang paano mo nasabi yun Di ba? Napakahirap naman ng nagbabahay-bahay ba kayo? Wala pa naman ako na-experience sa pumunta rito sa bahay namin para alamin kung ano pinapanood namin, no? And now it's
based on 100
real time.
100 respondents.
Yeah, di ba ngayon? It's real time. I mean, what can you say about that phenomenon? Share.
Yung actually favorite ko yung sinabi mo yung sa PBA kasi dati ang laging basis ko is for a brand, pag nakapaglagay ako ng spot, ng 30-second spot sa John and Marcia, may likelihood ako ma-hit ng 50% ng audience. Kasi lahat nanonood nun. Pero wala nang ganun ngayon. Wala nang kahit sobrang sikat na mga telenovela, hindi nakaka-capture yung authenticity or yung storytelling ng 30 seconds. So kailangan mo nung amplifiers na sinabi ni Monica kanina na kailangan mo nung meron kang influencer na tunay na tao na a day in a life, tapos meron kang content creation na hindi mo kang scripted. So, ano na talaga siya, exciting siya, mas nakakapagod siya, pero mas mahirap actually maging authentic at this point. Pero that's the challenge, yes.
The more people are trying to be authentic, the less authentic it becomes.
Yes.
Diba? Parang what is authentic? But again, no, ang ganda nung I think it's bringing out what's amazing also, no, is that how, the number of people who can create content, no, na sumikat, no, nung panahong, diba? Parang dati, you have to really go through That's Entertainment, no? Siyempre sa Wednesday group ka muna, yan si Cher sa Wednesday group muna yan. Siyempre, kailangan kumakanta ka. So ngayon, di ba, parang ang bilis, but at the same time, it's hyper-competitive.
Yeah.
No? Kanina sabi mo, amplified. Yan. Ako, I will say magnified. Yun ang mahirap. Under the magnifying glass ka. Pag if you're a social media personality, and every one of us is actually a social media personality in our own rights, di ba? So, now, aside from that, do you have other trends na pwedeng masabi natin na relevant sa mga nagnenegosyo sa food sector, no? Aside from, influencers and the new form of endorsements, meron pa bang iba?
Well, we're seeing a lot of marketplaces now, at least ito applicable na for business under e-commerce, no? So we're seeing expansions of the likes of Grab and Foodpanda. Diba, dati food lang ang dinideliver. Now they're doing groceries and mga pabili services that's not actually enrolled in their but you just kinda um, tell the driver where to buy.
Pabili, oh.
No, pabili. Kasi sometimes, like katulad nung minsan, I had to, because it's ECQ nga, we had to purchase medicine. So, the drugstore that ay napili ko, it's closed. So, the driver said, sige, ano po bang gamot ang binibili niyo? I will find an available na drugstore na open. So, kahit saan lang siya bibili, basta mabili lang niya yung gamot ko. So, ganon siya, di ba? So,
Yeah, the
yun.
definition of a marketplace, no?
Yes, marketplaces. So yun, marketplaces and aggregators, di ba? Kasi ang sikat ngayon, Grab and Foodpanda, but there are also local players in mga provincial provinces. So merong mga similar na services. Yun.
How about in share? How about in Malaysia?
In Malaysia, medyo mas kasi, mas mature si Malaysia kasi halos lahat ng tao may credit card. Tapos, halos lahat ng tao are on the marketplace. So, madali na siyang, wala nga siyang cash on delivery na eh.
Yes.
So, sobra na silang ready na, okay, let's just buy everything online. And when it comes to importing stuff, talagang in 2 days, even it's from China, diretso na dito. So, parang medyo ang tanggap na nila. However, pagdating naman as a brand, hyper competition, di ba? Ikaw parang, paano ako makikita against all the other brands that are available? But one thing's for sure, in Malaysia, ang medyo cautious sila ngayon is a lot of laws on privacy. So dati, di ba, sa Pilipinas, ang dali. Bibigay ko yung buong lahat ng data ko, lahat ng telepono ko, lahat ko para lang sa isang ballpen. Ngayon, di ba, yung opt-in, medyo golden na yung opt-in dito kasi nga, dumadami yung scammers. So, yun yung niya, parang
Negative side,
Yeah, negative side. People were open, kasi it provides so much convenience, but it also has to have that control.
Yeah, my personal experience, di ba, nung huli tayo nagkita-kita dyan sa KL, no? Mga ilang years naman, 2 years ago na ba yun? Anyways, no, I was surprised because it was my first time, no? I was I went to Legoland, but it's not really representative of what Malaysia is, no? And when we went to KL, it was my first time, and I was surprised, no? As a foreigner, no, ang dali. Because even without the pandemic pa, at that time, nag-QR code, ordering eh. Diba, yun yung mga sensors, when you enter the restaurant, na-capture na kagad, nasa phone mo na, you don't even have to, ang galing yung technology, because it's a multilingual society.
Yes.
Yung multilingual siya, so they have to adapt, no, yung technology. So, aside from that, yung minention ni Mon kanina, gusto kong i-highlight sa ating mga kapwa resto negosyante yan, saka sa mga food negosyantes, no? Yung phenomenon ngayon na, before you enter, parang ang gusto mong mangyari, pag nakarating na yung brand ko sa mall, di ba? Parang na yan eh, it's a sign that you made it. You made it, no? You made it to people who will pay high rent. No? you made it as a brand. Kasi literally, dati para makapasok ka sa mall, you have to go through parang audition yan eh. Papa-food taste mo muna yan sa mall. And we went through that, Buffalo Wings and things went through that, no? So, and now, malls parang nalulula ka na because it has hundreds of tenants, di ba? Pero ngayon, pag pumasok ka sa aggregator, thousands, no? And it's very easy to switch, no? It's not even, it's not even based on geography. A restaurant can be 7 kilometers apart, but they're competing with each other. Di ba? Kasi 7 kilometers yung long distance dito eh, sa Grab eh. So, yun yung realization, no? And I think, eventually, I think it will be good for the consumers because quality, will again needs to be enhanced for value to be tangible. Kasi yun sa akin eh, you want value to be tangible, it needs to be manifested in terms of quality. It cannot be just the volume of food, no? Anli or palakihan ng portions because tapos na yan eh, nung 90s nangyari na yan eh, nagulat na yung Pilipino sa ganyan, no? And now, flavors bumabalik eh. In our experience, flavors, no, of course, yung creativity in terms of the culinary, no, yung safety, very important, no, serving time, no, experience, hospitality, I think will make a huge comeback, no, yan ang prediction ko, hospitality will make a huge comeback in terms of its relevance to the food industry. Kasi wala nang human touch eh. So pag sino yung merong human touch, despite all of these technological advances, makakalamang. Okay, so magbabatian portion muna tayo bago tayo pumunta sa susunod na question kasi baka magtampo yung ating mga regular na nanonood po. Magandang gabi po again, kanina nabati natin yung mga kaibigan natin mula sa OFE. Andi rito rin kasama natin si Erwin Lancero of Hotel Marciano. Kilala yata ni Mon yan, dating taga Pizza Pie din yan, no? Si Erwin Lancero. Magandang gabi. Great evening sa iyo. Maria Lencia, ito parati siyang nag-share, parati siyang nagpo-promote. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Maria. Kate Joquino, magandang gabi. Of course, si Chef Jordan Bernardo of Mad Cafe, magandang gabi sa iyo. Huwag kayong bibitaw, no? Ganun talaga. Yung opening nila kasi isang linggo pa lang biglang nagkaroon ng bubble eh. So pero kayong bibitaw, friend, ha. Dito tayo, brother. Huwag kayong bibitaw. Laman lang. No, pa-shout out, eh, magandang. Natutunan kong word dito 'yan eh sa social media. Of course, hindi nawawala ang representative ng buong United Kingdom, no? Siyempre si Victor Mempin, no? Linggo-linggo yan nandito yan. And kanina nabati natin yung mga taga-IT sector, si Jan Regala, magandang gabi uli sa iyo. Chef June de Guzman, yan, gandang gabi sa iyo, no? Nainggit ako kay Sir Ed, umorder kay June, so order din ako soon, no? Mag-iingat ka, no? Sabi niya kanina, nag-iingat siya sa pamamalengke. Tama yan, Chef June, ingat lang po tayo. Charlene Sarmiento, of course, the area business leader of the South for Buffalo Sweets and Things. Magandang gabi sa mga taga Bicol. Siyempre, si best friend Jazz, nandirito rin, kasama natin. Ito, representante naman din to ng mga nagbabarko, no? Si June Sanger, no? Isa sa mga taga-subaybay natin na kahit malapit sa mga glaciers, no? Nanonood dyan. Kahit nasa midnight sun siya, nanonood sa atin yan. No? Magandang gabi sa iyo. Cherilyn Esmeralda, para sa Central District, Central area ng Buffalo. Magandang gabi sa iyo. Nori Alonsabe, nakakatuwa po. Linggo-linggo po, nandito kay Roberto Tabinas Jr. Magandang gabi sa iyo, sir. Doy Orero. No? Siyempre, si Mami Sin Pineda, babatiin natin yan. No? Napakahalaga niyan. No? Babatiin natin si Mami. Magandang gabi po. Ang aking fashion consultant, Mami Sin Pineda. Paul Jan, Jacob Veloso, Harvey Magnaye, no? Fred June Regala. Maniyaya na ito ni Jan. No? Mr. Paul De Leon, ako namimiss na kita, mga taga Hong Kong naman to. Paul De Leon, no? And of course, they're franchisees also of Shakey's before and now they're in Hong Kong. Magandang gabi sa inyo dyan. Mga kaibigan ko sa Hong Kong. No? Pareho kami ni Sher, may mga kaibigan kami dyan sa Hong Kong. Eh. Kasi parang Joven, di ba? Marami tayong kaibigan dyan. Yeah. Carlos Torrejas, Jim Deck, magandang gabi sa iyo. At of course, ang representante ng Australia, Donald Tenorio at Chef Genevieve Tenorio. Magandang gabi sa inyo. Magandang gabi po. At mamaya po babatiin natin ang iba pa. Siyempre, hindi po makukumpleto pag wala si Miss Pichi de la Cruz ng Unilever Food Solutions. At si Jose Ariel Rinsangan, magandang gabi po. So let's continue on sa ating mga questions. No? Kanina pinag-usapan natin yung mga trends sa digital marketing and e-commerce. Sa tingin nyo, ano na ang magiging future? No? Ano na magiging future ng digital marketing and e-commerce sa Pilipinas at sa Malaysia? Kasi si Sher, nasa Malaysia yan. Mon, no? So, yeah. Ano ang future? So, para sa Miss Philippines, anong sagot para sa ating bansang Pilipinas? Ano kinabukasan ng e-commerce dito sa Pilipinas?
Diba, for the past few years, we've been hearing the word digital transformation. Diba? And for some brands, it's been taking a while kasi it's a long process to transform. And we know now that to transform, it has to be the whole organization. It can't be just one person or one department in the org, diba? Now that we are in the social crisis, we saw how fast kaya naman palang mapabilis yung pag-transform, di ba? Because we're all forced to shift from offline to online. As simple as, example na lang, a lot of celebrities have shifted from, let's say, TV or lahat sila parang may YouTube accounts na, may YouTube channels na, di ba? So that's one. And second, for the business naman, you would be surprised now if you open your delivery apps or your aggregators, even yung neighborhood bake shop mo, nandun na siya sa ano mo, sa Grab, sa Foodpanda. So everyone has learned to adapt, and it's amazing how creativity blossomed amidst this health crisis, no? So I think there will be more innovations on delivering customer experience, may it be delivery, may it be the food business, or kahit content and engagement. I think it's all about that. What we're missing now kasi is the store experience. Kasi ako, sa totoo lang, I miss going out to the store, touching the product and testing out the product. Diba? So the challenge that we have now is how do you translate that experience online, diba? So that's why I feel that there will be more innovations to to improve more on the customer experience, from awareness to purchase, or until the customer gets hold of the product. So yun. So I think the need for the technology and that in the innovations behind it will continue to rise. Kasi now we're experiencing the convenience in your own home, the power of your phones, na all transactions in a single tap, it's already there. So our phones now, hindi lang siya pang social media, but with the power of phones, you can pay your bills, you can order anything from food to groceries to even your toothpaste, your shampoo, diba? So that's why we're seeing a lot of business shifting din dun sa ordering business, like for example for small players or the new business people, hindi naman sila agad-agad sali sa Grab or sa Foodpanda. They utilize Facebook marketplaces kasi that's free. They utilize Instagram, tapos they connect with their customers through Messenger, through Instagram direct message. So doon, so ang dami. So I think it all boils down to trying to enhance that customer experience.
It's very interesting, no, and I'm very aligned with that, that belief that it's still an experience. Still the experience that trumps everything, no. It's, ako, pag tinatanong ako, kasi heavy user ako ng food delivery, no, kasi sometimes it doesn't really make sense to cook every day, no, and every time. No, so when people ask me why I choose a certain aggregator over the other, my answer is very simple. It's easy to navigate, no, and the experience for me as a customer is better. Simple, like for example, mas maraming pictures. Tama ka muna kasi what's missing is that you cannot see, you cannot smell. Lalo pagkain, kasi yung pagkain, may mga concept na maamoy mo pa, alam mo kung anong brand yun naamoy mo pa lang, di ba? So, I think yun yung napakaganda nung pinoint out mo, no, that makes me excited about, when dining comes back again. But at the same time, how we can utilize as restaurant owners and food negosyantes, how we can utilize the platforms and how, its evolution to make the interface more engaging. Diba? Kasi yung dati plain lang, nagsimula yan. Dati naalala ko, ito, totoong storya to ha. Nung nagsisimula ang Grab sa Pilipinas, napakahirap ilagay yung menu. Kasi yung nagsimula sila ng hindi pa perfect yung nila yung system nila. So you have to enumerate all the permutations of kami 19 sauces kami. 19 sauces yung may mga iba't ibang portion sizes. Di ba naalala mo nagpa-contest pa tayo ng dati share, di ba?
Combination,
combinations, how many combinations can you make, no? So merong nag-compute nung tamang sagot, di ba? And it was very tough, no? And now it's very easy to use. May mga drop down, may mga photos, and tama ka, may mga pop-ups, etc. No, and it's amazing the evolution in just maybe a year and a half. No? So how about KL naman? Share, anong future kaya tingin mo?
Actually, nakakatawa dito kasi meron akong certain frustration kasi it's very convenient here. It's very simplified kasi mature na yung market. However, because the market has been spoiled for that, sobra ng transactional, parang wala na lang, tinitake na nila for granted na kung gaano siya kadali, na mareklamo na sila. So that's one part na ako parang, one thing's for sure for the Malaysian market, the storytelling has to be there. Kasi ngayon, dahil yun nga, puro ganun na lang yung ads ngayon. Buy, cheaper, bundle. Yung ganun ako parang, guys, it's family togetherness. The soft side of it, hindi siya mabenta. One thing's for sure also, because it's very challenging to get one face to represent the entire population. One example is, if you're a brand, if you want to appeal to the Malays, like ngayon, Ramadan, you get a Malay person, you get a Chinese person for the Chinese, to get a Tamil person. Yung ganon. So parang sobrang siyang segregated na hindi ka makakapagkuha ng isang tao na parang sa atin. For example, kunin mo lang si Ann Curtis, kuha mo na lahat, di ba? Kuha mo yung social, kuha mo yung masa, kuha mo yung bata, tsaka matanda. Dito talagang, even the influencers, scratching the surface lang siya. Laging showing the product lang. Yung parang, kwento naman natin, parang totoo. Parang ganon. Yeah.
So for ang implication, I think, for resto negosyantes is that we need to be more studious, and you need to really be diligent in terms of understanding, no? Ang maganda naman po niyan, gaya ng tinuturo natin dito parate, it's again, no, that the framework is information plus experience is equal to insights that will help you make decisions and will make you take the right action, no? Ang sinasabi ron, kung wala ka nung experience, no, gaya po ng mga bisita natin ngayong gabi, no, mga bisita yan, dahil si Cher parang bisita ngayong gabi yan. Marketing expert yan, no? So, sinasabi ko, you don't have to be great at everything. So, of course, tayo mga operator, nagpo-focus tayo dun sa strength natin, which is operations, di ba? And, marami natin pinopoint out yan, no? Mag-reach out ka. Maraming eksperto, maraming collaborators, maraming pwedeng lapitan, no? Or i-partner. Diba? Sabi, isa rin sa mga coaching points natin is finding the right partner. Kasi minsan, nag-hesitate magsimula ng negosyo dahil hindi pa ako marunong nito. Naku, pag hinintay mo po na alam mo lahat, naku, matagal po yun. Lalo sa panahon ngayon, no, na nag-aaral ka pa lang ng isang bagay, meron nang naiimbentong bagong bagay habang nag-aaral ka. So nakakatuwa dahil punong-puno na yung notebook ko, and I'm sure, no, yung mga nanonood sa atin is ang daming natututunan, no. Kasi karamihan po ng nagre-restaurant yan yung weakness, no, yung marketing. No, marketing, kasi nga po ang strength namin is operations. So itong huling tanong natin for both of you, no, ito yung laman, no, ito yung sustansya. So take your time, no, take your time, Miss Philippines and Miss Malaysia. No, ito yung pag-share natin ng mga practical tips, no. Given all the experiences that you've had, sa konteksto naman ngayon ng mga nagninegosyo, di ba, alam naman natin yan, Mon, di ba, maraming nag-online business na pagkain, no. Ano yung mga practical tips na pwede nating i-share? O yung mga may-ari ng maliliit na restaurants. Lalo ngayon na ang daming queue, eh. 'Di ba? Kami hirap na kami, no. Ang ganda ng momentum ng January, ang ganda ng momentum ng February, no, yung Valentine's, ang ganda, biglang boom. No? Pagka nag-iba na yung laman ng balita, ay ito na. 'Di ba? And ano lang, ang trend lang, hindi po Metro Manila lang po ang naapektuhan ng ECQ. Even sa provincial po naapektuhan ng benta. Kasi po yung sentimiento ng tao, of course, with the new variant, no, yun nilalaman ng balita, no, yung takot, no, mahirap kontrahin yung takot, eh. 'Di ba? Minsan mas mataas yung takot sa gutom, eh. No, mas mataas yung takot sa craving. So, anong payo nyo, no? Anong practical tips nyo on how to utilize digital marketing and e-commerce para mag-grow nila yung kanilang negosyo? Siyempre, kay Mon muna tayo, no? Mon, go ahead.
Well, like in any naman, whether small to big businesses, it's obvious, no, that we should keep on utilizing the social media because it's a free space, diba? And as you continue to grow your community, you have to always deliver or drive a purposive content.
Purposive content.
I'm an advocate of purposive content. Kasi some brands, especially pag big na, mahilig kasi mag-post ng padamihan ng post yan, di ba, minsan. But the truth is, it's important that you build a content strategy around that. And then you have to deliver also a variety of content buckets para hindi merong sawa factor, di ba? So you have to be relevant, be authentic as much as possible. Actually, you don't even need you don't need expensive gadgets to do that. You can even use your phone, your iPhone, your smartphones. Ang dami ng filters. So, syempre, because we're in the food business, so important criteria that the food that you're posting is really craveable. Yun yung naman ng key. Very visual lang mga tao, eh. So, I think that's the most critical part. Providing that that takam factor in your photos, di ba? And minsan we know that the attention span of our audience mga 3 seconds lang, di ba? So it's important na what we post is just very brief and very chewable. So it's important that we don't clutter too much. So yun.
Dami kong natutunan
Ayun,
dun.
ang dami niyang terms at natutuwa siya sa chewable, eh.
Chewable, parang
Bite-size,
vitamins yan,
ganyan.
ano?
Oo.
Ang dami ko naman sinulat dun, relevant, authentic, di ba?
Mm-mm.
And I think yung ano, yung, again, natutuwa ako dun sa discussion about the experience. No, and na-excite ako. Sige. Ikaw naman,
And then,
from the
sorry, may dagdag pa ako.
Sige, go ahead.
Yun. And then if syempre you're going into so syempre that's the awareness part, no? But you're going into selling already your product. My advice is to be channel strategic naman.
Channels.
Kasi you have a lot of delivery partners, by your Grab, your Foodpanda, and the marketplaces. Eventually kasi you'll have to assign the role of each, kung ano yung role niya sa business mo. Kasi ngayon, you can say na, I don't need my own delivery service. I don't need the website. Totoo naman. Kasi almost all are dependent dyan sa Grab and Foodpanda and those kind of business and partners. But eventually, as you see your business grow, you will also need your own platform. So once you have your own platform, your own website, you need to re-strategize kung ano na yung role ng ibang partners mo from your own channel, di ba? Kasi hindi pwedeng mirroring lang, like what I'm selling on my website has to be the same with the other players. So I think that's important. So doon naman papasok siguro yung considering what type of customers that these channels are targeting. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Definitely, I agree. But iba yan. Even the two aggregators, magkaiba yung market nila, I noticed. I mean, is that true? Do you agree? Kasi ako, from an owner standpoint, parang nanonotice ko, iba yung transaction averages nila, iba yung, sa ibang lugar, malakas yung isang aggregator, in certain types of places, mas malakas yung isang aggregator, no? Without naming names, di ba?
Yes. That's true.
Oo. I think the biggest mistake an owner can make is when asked, who is your target market? And the answer is everyone. Yun di ba? Yun yung parang, wait lang, upo tayo, pag-usapan natin. Yun yung unang-una na kailangan.
Ganun ba ginawa mo sa amin dati?
Hindi, kaya nga gusto kita kliyente.
Ano ba naging sagot ko rin sa $1 million?
Hindi naman all, parang 18 to 65, ganon. So, yung with that, I think it's an opportunity for me to address din. Kasi 'di ba sabi natin, branding, tapos may marketing. For a restaurant owner, ako parang, ano bang difference nun? To simplify it, 'di ba? Branding is the why. Marketing is the how.
Agree.
'Di ba? Yon. So, branding creates loyalty. Marketing generates a response. So, di ba? So, parang simplified. Di ba? From our experience, di ba? Ang dami-daming libro niyan eh. Pero at the end of the day, ano bang pofokusan ko? Kung gusto mo meron kang long-term plan, tapos meron yung long range, di ba? Long range plan, tsaka meron kang tactical.
Mm-hmm.
So, ang may impart ko dyan is, what gets measured gets done. I think that's the most important part that digital marketing is providing, even e-commerce, in socials.
Totoo.
'Di ba, nakakatuwa kasi na parang, ay, may nag-post ako, may nagawa ko, hindi enough na ginawa mo. Anong nangyari? Kasi after that, you can improve. Yun yung maganda, 'di ba? By the time na pagtingin mo ng analytics mo, 2-3 days, alam mo na agad. Dati, 'di ba, 6 months after pa lang, after ni AC Nielsen, wala na yung effect, 'di ba? Ngayon parang, ay, may nag-react, ayaw niya, bakit? So, parang ito na yung part na you have to be very, very strategic on what your brand is all about and ano yung ipoposition mo, paano ka magre-respond. Ganon.
Hindi pwedeng knee-jerk no? Hindi pwedeng knee-jerk. And I'm guilty, no? Minsan ako kasi, nanonood ako yung mga comments sa mga post namin. Kaya pag medyo natitrigger ako, padalan mo nga ng ganito yan. No? Parang di raw masarap, padalan mo. Parang gano'n. No? So I think tama kayo, no? It's about like in the business naman, no? The business side of it. Kami rin naman, no? We formulate yung macro and of course the strategic part of the planning, no? Meron pa 5-year plan, no? And when you plan for a restaurant, parati kong pinupoint out yan. It's not just a business plan. It's supposed to be the brand plan, no? The business plan, and then the people plan. No? Kasi tatlo yan brand, business, and people. So similarly, maganda yung pinoint out nyo. And para po sa mga nanonood ngayon, no, share po natin, no, yung mga binahagi sa atin ng bisita natin ngayon. Napaka simpleng mensahe. Basic, no, fundamentals, pero importante po yan. Ako as an owner, I'm enlightened, no, parang hindi na halata, no, lumalaking mata ko sa mga sinasabi nila. Pero ang dami ko po sinusulat dito because that's a simple way of understanding. Both si Monica pointed out yung in a very simple way kung paano natin itatackle yung awareness, from awareness to selling to the actual selling. And then si Michelle naman was talking about kung paano natin, ano ba yung diferensya ng branding at saka marketing? And how do we translate that to practicality, no? Kung ako po ay professor, ang taas po ng gradong ibibigay ko rito sa aking mga estudyante sapagkat napaka pinpoint ng kanilang mga kasagutan sa ating mga katanungan. Wala pong paligoy-ligoy. Dahil po dyan, hindi po tayo matatapos sa Q&A portion. Magkakaroon po tayo ng swimsuit competition at saka ng parang beauty contest lang no? Yes, seriously girls, talagang ladies, natutuwa ako sa episode natin. In fact, may mga nagsasabi ang gagaling nyo and they're happy about yung mga sinag-uusapan natin, no? Bakit ngayon lang kayo nag-usap about marketing, no? Huwag na tayong magsisihan, no? Huwag na tayong magsisihan. Nandito na Nag-uusapan na natin. Wala nang ganun. Let's not bring the pasta anymore. Okay? So, ano pa ang mga ibang practical tips? Pipigayin ko na kayo. Ano pa yung ibang practical tips ang pwede niyo i-share? Okay, hugot.
Share, you share.
Okay, sure. Yung, magbibuild lang ako dun sa, yun nga, what gets measured. Ang tempting kasi minsan kung meron akong A&P, yung budget ko, mag-A/B testing ka.
Correct.
Yeah, di ba? Yun yung immediate mararamdaman mo. A/B testing is meron kang ganitong material, meron kang material na may tao, meron kang material na puro words. Minsan, ang daling, di ba? Kung ikaw, yung tumitingin, ito yung gusto mo, pero ikaw ba yung target market? So, i-test mo, di ba?
Masakit na katotohanan na tinanong sa amin ni Sherry yan, sa amin dalawa ni Ed, no? Siyempre, ang sagot namin, hindi kami. Kaya nga nandirito na kami, sabi ko, kaya nandirito kami humingi ng tulong. Sapagkat na naginip kami at na sinabi sa panaginip namin na matanda na kayo, hindi na kayo ang market ng buffaloes.
Diba? Kasi diba, parang, I think that's one of the greatest things that digital can provide. I-dipstick mo agad na parang, tapos alam mo agad yung sagot, tsaka ka mag-bet. Konting bet ka muna, hindi yung bet kang all-in.
Naku po, nakakatakot diba? Yung gano'n, yung malalakas ang loob, no? Ako, sa franchising, no? Of course, part of our business is franchising. That is the question that I usually get mga 2-3 years ago. Bakit wala kayong billboard? Kailan kayo magkaka-billboard? No? And at that time kasi naturuan na ako ni Cher. Sabi ko, wag na po natin pag-usapan yung billboard sapagkat napakahirap pong sukatin ang impact ng billboard. No? Ayun po, kung malaking-malaki na po talaga yung budget natin, na front row na po tayo, kahit po si Floyd Mayweather, pwede natin kunin. No? Pero sa ngayon po, kailangan natin ng efficient and effective way of marketing. Sabi ko, wag natin palagpasin yung pagiging measurable ng social media. Diba? So, may natutunan din pala ako kay Cher. Ikaw naman, Mon.
Well, yeah. For entrepreneurs, don't be scared to invest in social media ads, paid ads. Kasi kahit 1,000 pesos lang, malaking mararating nun. As long as you know who to target. Kasi if your budget is 1,000 pesos, tapos you're targeting everyone in the country, syempre hindi yun possible. So kasi di ba, do it yourself naman ng ads, di ba? So you can customize your audience. Kung Metro Manila lang, or Quezon City, or Cubao lang, yung ganon. Ako kasi I also have a small business, but it's non-food. So I only utilize Instagram, and then I boost a little. And then, important kasi when you boost, meron siyang call to action kung saan mo siya i-drive. Ako, in the likes of my business, I drive it to my direct messaging sa Instagram para nakakausap ko yung customer. Kasi there's a lot of people who are still into communication. Gusto nilang
Yes.
mag-engage. They want to ask more about your products kasi they're testing if you can be trusted. So important din yung meron conversational ng konti. And then napansin ko, when you boost, on the third day siya nagpipeak. So do not be discouraged pagka on the first day or second day or third day, parang feeling mo wala nangyayari. Meron yung halo effect. Kasi I believe, di ba, these are programmatic ads eh. So meron siyang machine learning. So on the third day, doon pa lang siya magiging bit perfect, targeting the customer that is right for you. So yun. So don't be scared to invest kasi ano siya, for sure yung ROI niya.
Ako. No, kaya ang call to action sa akin ito, ita-turn over ko na yung boosting ng Resto Coach kay Share para mas alam niya kung sino magpapadala na lang ako ng pondo. No? Magpapadala ako ng pondo. Napaisip ako doon, tama ba yung mga tinatarget ko? Baka puro mga kasing edad ko yung
Kita ko naman kita ko yung yung chine-check ko.
Papaluin mo naman ako kung mali tinatarget ko.
Tama yung
ito Share, pag mahulaan mo kung anong negosyo ni Monica, bibigyan ka niya ng free product.
Ay.
Wala mo.
Sige.
Instagram, tapos hindi food. Ano lang, dalawa lang yun, di ba? Personal care. Or, di ba? Personal care or clothing. Ay.
Alam mo, ito clue ko sa'yo. Kaya ako rin kaya na top of mind sa akin si Monica dahil malapit niya na akong maging customer dyan sa negosyo niya na yan.
Yeah! Na-excite ako!
Okay. So, hindi mo natin
order, but because I know what's going to happen.
Malapit na maging negosyo.
So, okay,
ano ba ito? Salon ba to? Kasi sabi mo, kailangan mo pagupit eh.
Sige, mamaya, i-reveal natin yan. I-reveal
promote natin, oo.
Actually, kaya ako niyaya si Monica dito. Number one, no? Ito walang, kumbaga, hindi naman ako mahilig mang-uto ng tao, no? Even nung magkatrabaho kami, I see, a lot of, talaga, insights na pag kinausap mo si Monica, she's very serious sa trabaho, No, very young dati yan na nagkasama kami, pero nakita mo yung may laman, eh. No, ako kasi I appreciate people that when you talk to them, may laman, no? And you get something, no? May value. May dala sa mesa, ika nga. Hindi nakikikain lang, no? Ayoko yung gatun, eh. I mean, it's not literal, no? I'm saying, alam mo yung taong gano'n, no? Na gustong kumuha. Ito, hindi, may dala. At saka no? Confident siya sa sarili niya because alam niya may laman yung sinasabi niya, but at the same time, she's also very professional. No, a lot of times she could have been, with all because young people get that, eh. Especially in an organization na maraming mga old-timers, di ba? Parang, sino ka ba? Bata ka pa lang, eh, di ba?
Yes. He knows my experience.
Yeah, but ako baliktad. Ito, tip ko po sa mga nagninegosyo. Pag hindi po nakabukas ang tenga nyo, no, mami-miss out nyo po yung mga opportunity to recruit great people. Ako, I take pride in saying that, when pag dumating yung panahon na, aside from Share asking me in this show, no, baka tanungin ako ni Karen Davila, no, or ni Boy Abunda, ang sagot ko lang po, ang sikreto sa negosyo, maging magaling kang recruiter na magagaling na tao. And you will miss that opportunity pag hindi ka nakikinig. Kasi kung tinitingnan mo yung flow ng tao, yung mga flaws ng tao, yung mga kakulangan niya, you will never make it in business. Because ma-stress ka, magiging anxious ka because there will never be a perfect employee. Kung meron man, mahal. No? So, kailangan batang mga talento pa lang, nakikita mo na yung potential nila. And yun si Mon. No? Talagang sinusubaybayan ko yung career niyan. Eh, no? Sabi ko, magaling, matalino. And I like listening to her. Kasi digital is something that I don't know. No? Pangalawang tip po sa mga nagnenegosyo, alam niyo po yung strength niyo. God bless you. But also know your limitations. And know when to reach out to somebody else. Hindi po tayo pwedeng maging eksperto sa lahat ng bagay. Kailangan po sa negosyo, focus. Yung mga may-ari, dapat nakafocus sa vision, sa strategy, no, doon sa signature dish, sa mga R&D work, no, at mga iba pang bagay na backbone ng negosyo, no. And you have to hire or recruit, not hire, no, recruit people who are the best, no. Hindi mo makikita yan na pag kinuha mo yan, yung best na sila, mahal na yan. Kailangan makikinig ka sa sinasabi. That's why I'm always, no, even dito sa show na to, we always welcome yung mga guests. Kasi doon kami natututo ni Share linggo-linggo eh. No? Para kami may libreng eskwelahan dito. So, yun. Some insights no, na ginanaan lang ako mula ron sa kwentuhan natin. So, I think now it's time for, again, more practical tips. If you have more practical tips, please now is the time to share it. No, anybody, anyone among the two of you?
One thing's for sure, empathy. Ito yung medyo mahirap kasi digital, di ba? But try. I was inspired din sa minention ni Monica, yung responding to comments or any feedback. Kasi yun yung part na act like your brand. So, gawin mong tao yung brand. So, paano siya magsalita, kung paano siya tumrate ng customer, kung paano, ano yung words na ginagamit niya. Dun pa lang parang bumubuo ka. So, by the time na yung sa contact point ng customer mo, it might be mamaliitin mo siya kasi you have several transactions in a day, but to a customer, yun yung that deal breaker siya if you're the one who reached out with that empathy. Yan. It doesn't have to be, di ba, digital can be human.
Correct. I agree. Yes, and to your point, even if when we answer in the comment section, di ba, ayaw nang tayo parang robot yung sagot. It has to be really personal, the way we respond.
Nakakatuwa nga mga Filipino Every time I see how engaged Filipinos are, sobrang ako naiinggit kasi whenever I do campaigns here, ako parang, guys, sa Pilipinas, pag pinost ko na yan, ilang libo na yung nag-react. Dito parang K. Parang react naman tayo, guys. But yun nga, that's the thing about the Filipinos na parang, kahit mabagal ang internet, just to be engaged and to be part of that community, gagawin nila. Let's take advantage of that and treasure that and let's not take that for granted.
Agree.
So yun po mga kaibigan, napakaganda pong episode. I think masusundan to, no? We will have, I think aside from Monica, we'll invite another marketing person and it will be a marketing episode. Ang ganda po ng response nyo sa mga comment section and I think, again, the coach and share is para sa inyo po ito, no? So we will definitely do another session about sales building and marketing and we will invite more to this growing, nakakatuwa yung grupo ngayong gabi because I became a student again, natuto po ako. So siguro para pasalamatan din natin yung ating bisita, parting words from Monica, message sa mga nanonood.
Ay, promote niya yung business niya.
Hindi, malalaman mo.
Ay, malalaman ko.
Message lang, Mon, para sa mga kapwa mo negosyante kasi negosyante ka na rin. Diba?
Message ba?
Oo. Thank you, Mon. Thank you pala. Ito, medyo busy tao to, Share. Queen to pero na-invite natin.
Oo.
Sige, Mon, message lang para sa mga viewers natin.
Well, ako, sa experience ko na lang with my small business, no? Dumarating ko rin sa point kasi because you're trying to establish a brand online, di ba? And then, because it's a small business, ikaw lang mag-isa and your workers, your staff na doing that product. Hindi ko pa pwedeng sabihin kasi malawan ni Share.
Hindi, pwede na. Promote mo na.
So, I do, I have a small jewelry business.
Oh!
So,
nag-gets ko yung reaction tuloy. Okay, go.
Yun. Honestly, because I'm used to building the company that I work for. So now I'm trying to build my own brand, di ba? So because it's all online, it's all on Instagram, I'm scared na mabash. So you need to satisfy all your customers na kinakausap mo. So my tip, alisin mo muna yung inis mo bago ka mag-reply.
Hinga muna.
Tama.
Very important yan. Kasi text di ba? Messaging. So they really don't know how you're saying things. So even if you don't sound angry, and even if you're angry, it reflects. So very practical tip yan. Kasi even if when I try to buy sa marketplace, sa Facebook marketplaces, no, meron talaga mga seller na masusungit. So pag ganun, ayoko nang bumili. Kasi parang di niya ako iniintindi. Isang tanong, isang sagot Ganun sila yung iba. So from there, I'm learning on how I should be responding. Kasi in my company that I work for, I don't naman reply, di ba? There's someone who's more expert in community management. So yun. that's one practical tip I can share.
Ang galing. Again, thank you, Mon. Thank you for, seriously, maraming gawain si Mon, and we thank you. We appreciate the time that you spent with us. And pwede ka na magpahinga. Tapos ng show. Ano ba yung top 3 takeaways natin, share?
Ayan, top 3 takeaways. First off is yung, ang very important, yung authenticity and storytelling are key. And dapat purposive ang content. And ang favorite word ngayon ni Coach Romel ngayon is yung chewable. Kasi
Yes.
dati, di ba, nag-start tayo sa 30 seconds, naging 15 seconds. Ngayon, dati 7 seconds, ngayon 3 seconds na lang. Paikli ng paikli. So it has to have that. And do not be greedy. Hindi mo ma-fit yung buong storya mo in 3 seconds. And then the second point is take advantage of the expanding marketplaces and aggregates. I know na medyo virtually limitless, but to Monica's point, be channel strategic. May purpose lahat yan. Ayun, babalik tayo ulit sa lahat yan. Hindi mo sasalihan kung hindi mo alam ang purpose. And then the third point is the one I mentioned a while ago, that what gets measured gets done. So be sure you take note of feedback and take advantage of analytics.
So yan, check nyo po yung notebook nyo. Kung pareho kayo ng mga sinulat ni Cher, magaling yan. Best in writing yan, saka best in note-taking yan.
Oo nga, ang galing nga, na-capture niya in
guest pa siya.
1 hour in 3 points lang.
At saka hindi, guest pa siya nun, partida na. Di ba?
Chewable content. Bite-size.
Lahat ng nandito ay mahuhusay. So sabi ni gusto lang natin i-shout out yung mga nag-appreciate sa inyo, no. Ang galing ni Michelle, no. Si Chef Jun, no. Padalan mo siya ng kare-kare, Jun, sa sa Malaysia.
Namimiss ko na yan.
Gandang gabi po, Boss Martin Peñaflor. Boss Martin pala, no, malapit na siya mag-guest ulit sa atin. Busy Monday, nakita kami sa Go Negosyo Mentor. Pareho kaming Go Negosyo Mentor. Si Lorraine, magandang gabi. Marilyn Cabalda, magandang gabi sa iyo. Si Marinor de Guzman, of course, di nawawala yan. May Kawayan Bulacan. At speaking of May Kawayan Bulacan, nagsasorry pa si Ma'am. Ma'am Sining, na-late po kayo. Naku, okay lang po yun, Ma'am. Hindi po ako nag-check ng punctuality rito. Pwede po natin panoorin sa replay. Importante po narito kayo. At maraming salamat po sa suporta. Si Ian Manuel, tamang-tama itong episode na to sa Kuya Ian's Paluto. Nagsimula na rin siya ng negosyo, no? Simula nung nanonood siya rito sa atin. Siguro, dahil sa kapapanood, no, nainganyo na rin si paring Ian. Congratulations. No, now Mundo at ayan po, Ryan Joseph Barbo. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Ayan po, si Nika, si Lorraine, magandang gabi sa inyo. Sabi ni, nako, hindi ko babanggitin yung comment mo, Chef Jun, tayo dyan. No? Showbiz balita tayo dyan. Okay, so ang ating pong ating resto quote, may resto quote tayo rito mo sa ating palabas, no, yung tayong resto quote na tinatawag. I-share screen ko lang po ang ating resto quote for the week. The value of leadership, no, is most evident. No?
Medyo maliit siya, Coach.
Hindi, lalaki ako pa. Ayaw lumaki na napipindot yung Yan. Iwan natin dyan ng 5 seconds, no? At again, no, wala po akong pinatutungkulan. Ang sinasabi ko lang po ay the value of leadership is most evident when it is absent. So, sa panahon po ngayon, ini-encourage ko po yung ating mga kapwa resto owners, no? Wag po tayong bibitaw. No? Kailangan po tayo ng ating mga frontliners sa tindahan. No? Positive message, no? Encouraging message po, inspiring messages, good morning, ganun lang po. Thank you. No? At yung pong assurance na tayo po ay sama-sama, napakalaking bagay na po nun. At ang importante po para sa akin, no, ng value ng leadership is clear communication, no, timely, effective, clear communication, no. Hinihintay po tayo ng ating mga tauhan kung saan tayo pupunta. Tayo po ang nagtitimon ng barko, no. So hindi po pwedeng hindi tayo magsalita. High level of communication po pag nasa panahon tayo ng crisis, no. At yan po ang inaasahan sa atin, yung pamumuno, ika nga, or sa English, leadership. So sabi nga natin, huwag tayong mag-absent sa mga panahon ng crisis. So with that, no, again, thank you, Miss Monica, and we hope to see you again. At ngayong gabi, gumanap bilang guest din po si Miss Cher. No?
Surprise! Yan.
At sa lahat ng ating mga kaibigan, of course, stay safe, stay healthy, And God bless us all. Ganang gabi po.